Hey guys, thanks for joining me. Do you ever get that feeling that pigeon is a no-no when it's instructed in the class? Just sometimes the hips are just so tight that you can't find any comfort in the classical version of this pose. But don't worry, we've all been there. There are other alternatives that we can try in when the pose isn't accessible, and it's quite all right. So the first one is the supine version, so on your back. So start in constructive rest pose. Legs bent, relax your shoulders, and then cross your right leg over the left. Flex the right foot and push the right knee away. So we're keeping the foot flexed in all variations of the pigeon to make sure that the alignment in the knee remains as it should be. So keeping it nice and stable. And this might be already enough for you if you feel it in your outer hip. Otherwise, bring the left leg up and either interlace the fingers behind the left thigh. Take a deep breath in. And a slow breath out. Relaxing into the pose. So you want to keep the right foot flexed, and then if you want, you can add some ankle circles with the left foot. If you feel there's still more room for you to go, then you can interlace the fingers in front of the left shin. As long as you can stay with the sensations in the body and your breath is easeful, then you're good. And remember, you can always back out a little bit, just modify the intensity of sensations as you go along. One more round of breath in and out. Gently release the left leg and swap across. So you kind of extend the right leg out, give it a little shake if you want to, and then we bring the left ankle over the right knee. Again, check how your body is here. Then lift the right leg up and just find where the appropriate depth of stretch is. So one side is likely going to feel different to the other. So more open or a bit tighter. So remember, work with what you've got. Stay with a calm breath. Imagining the tissues opening up. Inhale. And as you exhale, gently release the legs. So feel free to give them a little stretch. Do what feels right. And then roll yourself up. So second variation for the pigeon, this time it's a seated one. So the same principle as we did lying on our backs. So use your arms to lean back and support your weight and cross your right leg over the left. So the same figure 4 shape as we did earlier, but this time we're just staying seated. So you can modify how close or how far away you want the left foot to be. And then, just to come a little bit closer, you can shimmy your bum towards the left foot. So right foot is flexed. And as much as it can be comfortable to sink in your chest, try to keep it open and instead of sinking in the shoulders. Stay with the sensations. One more round of breath. And then gently can lean back to release the right leg. And again, give it a little stretch. Let's come to the other side. So I like to start low and then work my way up. So cross the left leg over, then walk the right foot in, and then if it feels all right, then you can slide your bum towards the right foot. Keep finding length in your back, shoulders are down, and energetically keep pushing away the left knee. Breathe into your chest. Deep inhale. And slow, relaxing exhale. Release the left leg. And stretch both your legs out. Now we've got 2 variations of what you could do instead of the classical pigeon, but maybe now your hips will feel a little bit more open and welcoming a slightly deeper sensation. So let's try a pigeon. So from tabletop, bring the right knee behind the right wrist and bring the left foot so it's more or less underneath the left hip. I like to stay on my toes in the left foot to slide the hips back and then place them down. So if there's any pain in the right knee, come out straight away and do the supine or seated version of this pose, because they take away the weight of your body pressing down onto your leg and essentially the knee joint, which might not particularly like it. So check that your back leg is straight, the right foot is flexed or pointing, but you want to be pressing down through the calf, the shin, and the top of the right foot. So slide your hips from side to side just to feel if there's any tightness or tension, and if you have a block blanket or anything to slide underneath the right hip, if it's too high up, then feel free to do that. You can stay on your fingertips, breathing into your chest, finding length in the spine, or if it feels good, with a long spine, transition onto your forearms, or if you want to, all the way down to the mat. Breathe deeply and fully, and send your breath to where you feel most sensations. So imagine that for as long as your exhalation is, then all the muscles and tendons are lengthening and stretching. As you next inhale, bring your hands closer to you, and then you can slide onto your right hip to swing the left leg forward. If this doesn't quite feel right, then you can tuck your back toes under, lift the knee, step back into plank. And actually, it feels quite nice to step into plank. Like I normally would say, I normally wouldn't say that. So let's try the other side. Tabletop, left knee behind the left wrist. Bring the foot to the other side of the mat and have a little wiggle. Place your hips back and down. Spend a few moments connecting to your body, noticing what's present. Check that the back leg is straight. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, either stay or transition onto your forearms. So in yoga, we often talk about the good pain, and the stretch in the outer hip in pigeon is certainly one of them. You can extend your arms even further forward, dropping your forehead down, and stay here for 3 rounds of breath, exploring the nature of sensations in your hip, in the left leg, and what's happening in the front of the right hip. Surrendering into the pose. One more round of breath. On the next inhalation, walk your hands in and see if you can slide onto your left bum cheek to bring the right leg in front of you. So pigeon, whichever variation you go for, is a wonderful all around hip stretch. So in the extended rear leg, we target the psoas muscle, so the emotional muscles, which carry all of the stresses of the day, any frustrations, even like any boredom, any feelings that we often deem as negative, and as well as the other hip flexors. And on the leg that's bent, we're targeting the external rotators and piriformis muscles. So even if it doesn't feel too great whilst you're doing it, afterwards it might just feel a bit nicer to sit cross-legged. So let me know what you think, and remember that there are always options. So you've got 3 options of pigeon to choose from, and even options are optional. Check out my other videos, and I'll see you again soon. Namaste.